Rivers United qualified to the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup, Fisayo.
Well, it was a good one for Nigeria because, like you mentioned, they've been saving Nigeria. They've been sparing Nigeria's blushes. If they had failed to qualify yesterday, the slots that all the NPFL clubs are fighting for will be reduced in the next 3 years. So, football is a very funny game. I watched the first leg game played in Yamoussoukro, Côte d'Ivoire. Rivers United played even far better than yesterday. But the moment they missed that 16th minute penalty, you could feel tension among them. You could feel the anxiety. And even when they got the second penalty, you could feel the anxiety when Farouk Mohamed struck the post. But in the end, they were still calm in the face of adversity. They did not lose their heads. They didn't give the Burkina Faso any chance to attack them. So in the end, they got that goal in the 89th minute from Alex Oyowa before the third penalty of the game, which they now later converted. It was very important for the NPFL. That's why yesterday when Galegbele, the NPFL board chairman, was there. David Sinowumi, the CEO of the league, the head of operations of the league, was there yesterday as well. So everyone was practically on their knees begging Rivers United to progress, and it was good that they eventually did it at the end of the day.
All right, over times, we've had club sides come out from Nigeria League, the first two going to the Champions League, second, the third to the Confederation Cup, and the winner of the FA Cup. But at the end of the day, we either see one going to the group stage or none at all. I mean, we've complained every now and then as to why we claim we have a very wonderful system, in terms of having good teams qualify to represent us. But at the end of the day, they can't compete with with other teams on the continent. What can really be done? I mean, with our players, with our club sides representing us on the continent, we just have one. Some years ago, Lobby Stars, helped us with coefficient to come back to 4 teams instead of 2 as it was. And now we're having 1 team in the group stage. What do you think can be done to improve the standard of play and the competitiveness amongst Nigerian clubs when they face other teams on the continent?
Well, I think it is what it is. Football is a game of money. Our clubs don't have the money. That's partially because of our economy as well. Many of these clubs, they still work on the same budget they were working on 15 years ago in Naira. The state just give them the state just give them maybe 100 million naira or 20 million naira per month. How much is that in dollars? The clubs making it to the group stage of the Champions League, they are the kind of clubs that can sign a player for $1 million. That is almost an annual budget of a Nigerian club. So you make, for instance, now Rivers United have the best squad for me in Nigeria at the moment. Even with their recruitment, they got players from Enyimba, they got players from Remo Stars, they got players from abroad, that's West Africa. Now they're in the group stage again. So you need top quality players above all things. And our best players live for abroad, which means if we want to get better players, we have to sign from maybe around the African continent where we don't have the money to sign. So we have to just keep making do with what we have. They have the Confederation Cup, thankfully, well, Rivers United, good enough. The coefficient difference between Champions League and Confederation Cup is just 1 point. So if you can't make it to the group stage of the Champions League, by all means, always make it to the group stage of the Confederation Cup.
All right, Fisayo, before I let you go, let's quickly listen to captain of Rivers United, Yima Wangwa, who, of course, was part of the squad that won yesterday at the Adokia Messi Maka Stadium.
Rivers United captain. So I want to thank everyone that turned up yesterday for us. It was a difficult one. At the end of the day, even though we left it late, we were able to get the 3 points, and we're in the group stage now. And it means a lot to the team because we've been there before and we saw how it's been done, and we wanted to go back there again because the group stage is a very fantastic stage in the tournament, and we want to surpass our previous records of the group stage. So, and with the whole situation of Nigerian clubs where our fellow brothers, they are all out, and it was not and yesterday was not just about Rivers United, it was about Nigeria versus Burkina Faso. And right now we're not just Rivers United anymore, it's a Nigerian project, So we need to put in everything. It means a lot to Rivers State, it means a lot to Nigeria as a whole. And for our number 12 players, our fans, they were all out yesterday, and looking at them when the time was going, it was something else. But right now, I can say thank you to them for their never say die spirit.
All right, captain of Rivers United, Yima Wangwa, talking about the support, talking about the fact that they want to surpass the last time. Now, Fisayo, NFF, over time, they've been found wanting, supporting our clubs, not just on coming out to watch the game, but, behind the scene with the dotting of the I's and crossing of the T's. I mean, the NFF going with Rivers United this time around, knowing that they're the only representative from Nigeria, what advice would you give to them, and how do you think they should support more with the Nigerian club side on the continent?
Well, I think that their support still remains a minimal thing. It's left on the clubs. Sometimes the clubs do not have enough experience in terms of administration. So one of the problems of Yima. I'm not saying Kano will not become a good administrator, but he was inexperienced at that level, and they paid for it, even arriving the first leg on the match day. So for a team like Rivers United, they have experienced administrators. They will not be found wanting in anything. They know how to call on the NFF to help them. They know how to assist. If you don't tell the federation you need assistance in one area or the other, they wouldn't know that you need such a help. So, Better Insurance have not complained. Rivers United have not complained. But the clubs just have to always be proactive. And once you are proactive, you know where the NFF can come in. You know where the Nigerian embassy abroad can also come in. And this is what Rivers United have in abundance in the experience of Christopher Green. And everyone in the stadium yesterday can agree absolutely that Rivers United are blessed to have someone like Christopher Green in charge of the club, because it's that simple experience in administration that helps the team off the pitch. And that's when that's when you can say, okay, NFF, what can you guys help? How can you guys help us out? And you do that on time. For instance, this game that was played yesterday, it was first scheduled for the Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, but because of their proactiveness, they were able to call on the NFF and then CAF that no, we are playing our first game here. So thereafter, before we can change it. And they were able to do that right on time, and the home support was very crucial for their win yesterday.
All right, we can only hope and push forward for Rivers United to go beyond just the group stage and to the knockout round of the CAF Confederation Cup. Thank you very much, Fisayo Dairo. We called and you responded, for your in-depth analysis on today's edition of In the Game. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me once again.